Hello students, this is Sadhna Deshpande from Saraswat International Academy. Before this, we were dealing with first two stanzas of the second poem of your syllabus. The name of the poem is An Elementary School Classroom in a Slum. In that, we have seen the miserable plight of slum children and their conditions at their school. We were dealing with their socio-economic condition. We know that they belong to poor socio-economic background, and that's why the condition of their school was also not proper. Now, today we are going to deal with the third and fourth stanza of the same poem. Now first, let us start reading the third stanza. Surely Shakespeare is wicked, the map a bad example, with ships and sun and love tempting them to steal. Now, let us see the meaning of the lines of the poem. Surely Shakespeare is wicked. What does it mean? The poet says the portrait of Shakespeare, which was hung over there on the walls, was meaningless for the children as they couldn't relate with the stories of Shakespeare. That's why Shakespeare is wicked to them. The pictures of ship, the sun, and the maps on the wall were also meaningless to them as they couldn't connect their world to this beautiful world in the pictures. Their classrooms didn't provide them any quality education. Their world was full of poverty and distress. The world shown in the picture was unreal, but still it might tempt them to steal. Now, what is the meaning of tempting? The meaning of tempting is to provoke. Provoke means lalchana. So, they must be or they might be tempted to steal. Now, what is the meaning of steal? Steal matlab chori karna. So, they would never get those things from the world, so they might steal the things. That's what the poet wants to tell. Now let us read further. For lives that slyly turn in their cramped holes from fog to endless night. Now again, see students, already I have told you that whenever we sit with English lesson, just keep your notebook and pen ready for noting down the difficult words' meanings. Now here, the meaning of slyly. The meaning of slyly is secretly. And now the meaning of slyly we have seen. Now we will see the meaning of cramped. What is the meaning of cramped? Cramped means narrow. It means their houses were like narrow holes. They live in these narrow holes from foggy morning. Now, see the next line. From fog to endless night. What does it mean? They live in these narrow holes from foggy morning to endless dark nights, gloomy nights. On their slag heap. On their slag heap, these children wear skins peeped through by bones and spectacles of steel, with mended glass like bottle, bits and stones. Now let us see the meaning line to line. What does it mean? The children, they were so thin actually that their bones seemed to peep through their skins. Actually, they were so malnourished, undernourished, that they have become so weak. So, their bones were peeping out as if the bones were coming out of their skins. and spectacles of steel with mended glass. It means their spectacles were made of mended or broken glass, just like their broken lives with their unfulfilled desires. We know because they were poor, their desires were not at all fulfilled any times. And that's what is compared to their spectacles. As if the spectacles were made of broken glass, just like their lives of unfulfilled desires. Probably they have never ever worn new clothes or always must have worn the handed down and discarded clothes of the rich. So that's why the poet is expressing his feelings in this way. All their time and spare are foggy slum, so blot their maps with slums as big as doom. Now, blot here means blemish, kalank, what do you call in your vernacular language. So, their slums, which are blot, blemishes on their lives, are to be shown on the maps for the children so that they can identify with them. Because we know that the pictures were shown in that way, the students over there, they couldn't relate with those pictures. That's why those pictures should be shown to them to which they can relate. Now, let us move to the next stanza, which is the last stanza of our poem. Unless governor, inspector, visitor, this map becomes their window, and these windows that shut upon their lives like catacombs. Now let us see the meaning. This means that probably this condition of these children would prevail, would remain, would continue till some governor, inspector, or any important visitor would come and visit them. Then only the map of the world would become their map. What is the meaning of catacombs? Now, the meaning of catacombs are underground graves. The children should not be forced to live in small caves like gloomy, dark homes. Their homes were just like caves, so they should not be forced to stay over there. Now, break open till they break the town and show the children to green fields and make their world run azure on gold sands. Now let us see the meaning of this. Break open means the gap should be broken, the gap between the rich and poor, the gap between haves and have-nots. That should be broken, and these children should be shown those green fields outside. They should be allowed to see those. They should be allowed to make their world run azure. Now, the word run over here. The word run over here represents the freedom. The word azure means blue. It means let them run freely on the golden sand under the blue sky. It means that they should be allowed to run freely with complete freedom on the golden sand of the sea, and they should be allowed to look at the blue sky which is above, and let their tongues run naked into books, the white and green leaves open. What does it mean? It means let them express their thoughts freely. This gap probably between haves and have-nots It should be broken, and these children should be allowed to see green fields, blue skies, and sandy beaches away from the dirt in which they live. Green leaves open history theirs. It means let them come in the contact of nature, whose language is of trees. Nature has got its own language, we know. Nature expresses itself with all natural things. So the children should be brought into contact with these natural things. And sun means all natural things which are included in nature. The children in slum areas should be shown love and warmth. Now, see, one important thing. What is the language of the nature? Language of nature is also natural. So the students, the children, those who are in slum areas, they should be shown all these natural things. They should be brought in contact with these natural things, and they should be shown love and warmth, and they should be given freedom. They should get quality education. Here we end with the poem. Now previously we have seen first two stanzas. Today we have completed last two stanzas. In all, there are 4 stanzas. I hope previously the part which I had sent you, you must have gone through that. You must have understood the meaning. And today also, whatever we have studied, you must have understood. Now I have told you the meanings of difficult words in between. But if you have missed it out, I am going to give it afterwards. Till then, what do? You just go through the poem and try to understand. Listen to the video properly. And afterwards, you just note down the difficult words meanings in your notebook.